All right, guys, welcome back to Mexpat Dating. So I'm joined by my good friend, Quitzel. Good to see you, my friend.
It's good to see you back.
Yes.
It's been not a long time, but it's good to see you back.
Likewise. And today, we're going to be diving into Quitzel's story with cold approach and his dating journey in general. So it's funny, I've been here over a year and I've only seen one human being do cold approach in Mexico City. I'm not even kidding. And that guy was this guy. So what did we meet in like February or something? I saw you do a cold approach and then I approached you.
February. Yeah, it's a long time.
Crazy.
So that was that. Yeah, that was our story. Basically, I was approaching someone. He knows what I was doing, and then he approached me back.
So essentially, Quitzel, when I met you, you had done cold approach before, but you were really getting back into it again. So how was your cold approach journey before you and I started going out regularly, etc.?
So I would say, from the time we met, right before I was kind of into the dating life, yeah, like the approaching skills and all of that, for about probably 5 months
Okay.
before that. And then before that, I was kind of a little informed about it, like checking some videos, like trying a little bit on my own, never get a training course, just trying by myself. But it was like growing up very slowly
Okay.
before that.
Okay.
But then I would say from September last year, yeah, it's almost a year.
That's crazy.
Fuck. September. I don't remember September, October. I need to check. But it's been almost a 1 year journey for me, like a full transformation
Yes. Yes.
in general in my dating life. But not only in my dating life, it's also like it's been a whole transformation of myself. Like I remember a year ago, a little bit sad, like what am I doing with my dating life, or not feeling successful in general, because you may feel successful in professional life,
Yeah.
with your family, with other people, and but that's at a point, like it's all integral. It's all like, if you don't have something in your life, something is missing, then you don't feel fully complete.
Sure. Sure.
So I remember I was like, I kind of sad and saying, why? I'm a good guy. I'm a good looking guy. I'm a good level guy, like financially, from a family perspective. In many areas of my life, I'm a very attractive man.
Yeah.
Why I'm not with someone? And I was like, then I realized over time, like, this for me is kind of it's something that came in my life because I needed to. I wasn't socially skilled with people in general.
Gotcha.
I was too anxious
Yes.
talking
Yes.
to just in general people.
Okay.
Like, even with my family, struggling with asking or saying what I want because I was fear too.
Okay.
So facing the most of my fears, the how do you say, like one of my most, yeah, one of my most fears is to talk to women out of nowhere. So this is something that taught me to face not only that, but also other things in your life, like for instance professionally. All right, if I want something, then I go to my boss and I face it, even if I'm fear.
Yes.
So because you are used to overcome different kinds of fears.
Correct.
One of them is getting to know women, for
Okay.
instance, right? And also, for instance, being masculine. This is like a key, something that really changed my life,
Okay.
because I used to be a very passive boy, very passive guy, like, and relation, relating with women is teaching me that you are leading, that you are a leader, that you are a masculine, but not only with women, but also in life in general, right? So I was very like intimidated, like like everywhere. Now, if I want something, I'm a man is someone
Yes.
that you want, that you just go and get it, right?
Yes.
It's the same with, if you are in a place with like many people around, if you see a girl, you kind of feel some kind of attraction, or maybe there's something connection,
Yeah.
then you have the enough strength. You're brave enough to go and start an interaction. Because even if you're doing it wrong,
Yeah.
it's fine. Just doing it is a one step forward.
That's
Right?
half the battle.
It's half of battle, and many other stuff that I've learned. Yeah, I would say now this is the only thing that comes to my mind. But I think the best that I get so far is yeah, what I've translated to my personal life
Okay.
from this.
That's awesome, man. And I've seen a transformation in you just from when I've known you. I can definitely tell you were timid, a little more timid at first, right? You would still do approaches, but now I can tell you walk taller, you have a more strong
right.
presence to you.
Right.
I can see it's translating in your dating life because you're getting results, you're actually having a lot of dates. And it's interesting because you already had a lot of experience before. It just sounds like you really wanted to do this to really enhance other areas and just yourself as a person. So it wasn't just about getting dates and getting hookups and stuff.
That's right.
It was about becoming a more complete human being,
A better person. Yeah.
better person. And I think a lot of guys, maybe will be watching this. That's something what a lot of people want too. It's less, how do I say this? It is about the dates, and obviously that's the root of it. But they want to just overcome that fear of talking to random people, fear of being judged in public, fear of not being able to say what you want. Like I love how you put that in the beginning, out of fear of judgment from other people and people you care about. And this is something that I definitely experienced before too. Like I was very afraid to get in trouble. I was afraid to get yelled at. I was afraid that people weren't going to like me, right? And this whole cold approach journey has taught me that it doesn't matter because people are going to like you and they're not going to like you. That's just part of life, right? And the people that like you are going to like you. The people that don't. Even if you're on your best behavior. Some people just won't like you. And so for you, Quitzel, what do you think's been the biggest change now since you and I have been approaching together for, gosh, we went out like every week for sometimes twice a week for a good 3-4 months.
So for me, that timing that we spend like more time into working together, like doing things together, I would say at that point that I met you, I was in until a point that I can get to know someone, but I didn't know how to, like my numbers getting successful were not so good. Then because a few details I needed to change. So those few details, like for instance, how do you close the conversation? How do you uh, approach to someone? Your body language.
Yes.
Those are key.
So key, guys.
So key,
So
and
key.
those things like busted me up to getting more results.
Okay. Yeah. And can you share with the guys like what did you learn in terms of that? Like what would some short tips you have be to like improve your body language, all that?
Right. I can think of maybe two. For instance, one. If you approach to get to know someone, then you have a good interaction, you have a good conversation. But sometimes it's like, okay, it was a good introduction, but probably you need to go, or she needs to go. Then you should say, okay, bye, and that's it. You don't close, or maybe you ask for the Instagram or contact, but you don't close well in the means of your intentions. So
Okay.
I learned that if my intentions with you is like some kind of dating, okay, I like you.
Thank you.
I wanna thank you. Bye. I wanna date with you.
Yeah.
Be clear with your intentions,
yes.
and then it's more like they know what you want. They know the vibe, and then after that point you can have a date and see if it goes well. Another date and increase the interaction.
See.
But the very first moment you get to know someone, it's key into actually having or not having a second interaction with those
Yes.
people. So closing is very important. I just mentioned a few things, but like
I want to touch on that a bit because I think that's very
let's do it.
important. Like
Right.
a lot of guys get into the friend zone because they're like, I want to be friends with you, and I'm going to be friends with her for months, and then she's going to like me. Or no, that's covert. That's a little manipulative, actually, and it's quite dishonest. So I think what I've seen you do really well is like just being direct. Like, hey, I want to take you out, and this is what we teach you guys too. You want to be direct. That's usually our closing line. Actually, is hey, I want to take you out sometime. I thought you were cute. What's your Instagram? And they usually are receptive enough to give it. So you doing that, she might not give you her Instagram, right? But you know then, and you know that, okay, this is not a person that I have to spend any time on or waste any of my time on. Yeah.
Not energy, not on my thoughts, my feelings. No, if
Nothing.
she's not interested, that's fine.
That's fine.
You
Yeah.
keep going with your life. That's it.
Yeah. Now, how did you get over that fear? Because I think that's what holds a lot of guys back, because they don't want to hear that.
Just trying it one and again and again.
Again, repetition.
That's
Yep.
the repetition. That's it.
Yep. So getting that experience, I mean, we talk about that a lot, man. It's like the most important thing you can do is go do it.
Okay, this is one, and I think a second one is having someone like a bodyguard like you and I were, and we have been so far, or even a coach,
Yes.
someone that watch you out or see what you're doing. Like maybe you can record you,
Yeah.
or they are listening, but having an extra eyes, that's like also something very key.
Yes.
Because you may think you are doing well, but
Yes.
you may not.
For sure.
So
For
that's
sure.
something I experienced with you. Like I told you, I said like this, and you said, and then you can feedback,
Yeah.
right?
Feedback. Yes.
And yeah, that's also key.
And what was great about, I think, for you is that you took the feedback and you implemented it right away. That was really
Yeah,
good
like-
for me to see. Like, I don't think I would have continued going out with you if you would have been like, no, that's wrong. I do it right. Where you let go of your ego, and that was really powerful. So you said, okay, maybe I am doing this wrong. Let me try a different way. And sometimes, I'll be honest, guys, the ways that I suggested to Quitzel to do didn't work for him. But that's okay, because you were able to go back to your old way, but with a new calibrated experience, right? So I think a big one I saw for you is when you would do your front stop. So this is something really important that we teach you guys, is to do a front stop when you're cold approaching. A lot of guys will come in from the side, and it just kind of, you can do it that way, but you have to, it's a very advanced thing. So typically what we say, and this is what I still do, is to approach from the front, and you want to come around and you want to literally stop them. I hold up my hand, I go 2 minutes just to give them a time restraint. So for Quitzel, what I noticed is that you would do your front stop, but you would come around and you would be too close to them. So I remember the night that you were like, hey man, like, I see now why the front stop wasn't working for me. We were by the mall here, and you saw me do one where I swooped around and I had a lot of space in between the girl before I stopped her, right? So it didn't like freak her out. And for you, you were just like, oh my God, like that's how you do it.
Yes.
And you instantly tried it. And I was like,
Instantly changed my mind.
yeah. So that was really cool to see. So that's a tip, guys. You want to give about like 5 feet of space. I'll drop a little video that we took actually of Simon today. We were at the park just like 20 minutes ago. And you can see how much distance and how you properly want to stop them. Because you don't want to be like, hey, right? They're going to be like, it's too much, it's too creepy, it's too close. You want to come around and give a good amount of space, right? So they don't feel
give her some
overwhelmed.
time to
Yes.
see you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that was a great thing that I noticed with you. So, Quitzel, I'm curious now, what are you actually looking for in a relationship? Because
Wow.
it's a really important thing.
So this is, man, I think we can talk hours and hours because there are different topics, but this one I like to like talk about a little bit.
Okay.
I've wanted different things along my life. Probably a few years ago, I was just looking for just dating,
Yeah.
just having like not a serious relationship, but
Okay.
just relationships.
Sure.
Then until this point, I'm getting into more. I want a life partner. This is what I want now, and some more into spiritual way. But this is very personal, and it's key to say because we're all different.
Yeah.
We're different in the way that we want different things, but also in the way that we interact with people and women.
Yeah.
So you have a way of approaching girls. I have my way.
Yes.
Jaren has his way. And I've seen many other guys in the gaming. They have other ways,
Yes.
which for me was like, no, there's only one way. No. This is
Yeah.
key. You gotta find out the best that works for you.
Yeah. See.
We only help you to like get the basics skeleton,
Yes.
and then from that it will work, but you have to find something that works like the best for you.
See. See.
So that's very funny actually,
Yeah,
and that's
okay.
very regretting, because you find like this is very natural for you to actually like
Like
have
it's not
good-
as hard as you thought it would be.
yes, and it's very natural having interactions with people in general,
Yes. Yes.
and just the way you are.
I think that's a great point, man. And like, this is something why it's so important to go on this journey, right? Because so many guys want to just copy and paste what maybe Quitzel's doing or Jaren's doing, right? Or what I'm doing. And really, you have to develop your whole system for yourself.
Right.
And that's why it's important to get out there and be practicing, getting experience weekly, not giving up when you want to quit, right?
Right.
Because you're going to have highs and lows, guys. I mean, this journey, man, it'll test you as a human being, right? Not even as just a man, but as a human being. Because there's been times like I'm on top of the world. I'm sure you felt this too. And then next week you're like, dude, no one likes me. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And it's just, it is a bit of a roller coaster. But I love how you put that. Like, you got to find what system works best for you. Some guys, cold approach isn't going to be the best. Like for Quitzel and I, we love cold approach. That is how we get our most dates. That's how we meet the women that we want. For other guys, like guys that we were coaching, they prefer night game. So they're better at going to a club and meeting girls that way. Some guys are better at online dating. Obviously, Jaren, he's the online dating Casanova, right? Like, you will not outmatch Jaren in a cold or in an online dating battle. So, but the thing is, we can each do each other one, but we just prefer this one. So that's why I think it's important to try out all the different options to find which one works best for you.
We prefer this because this is our core, because we found out this is what we want
Yes, yes.
to get what we're looking for.
Yes,
right?
yep. And I'm just like you, man. I want a life partner. Yeah, someone that I can kind of
Sure.
not.
Look to the camera and say,
I want a life partner. I want a girlfriend. I want a girlfriend, maybe a wife if we, don't get married in the USA. The thing is, though, and I think this is a really important point. I want that. But to get there, it's going to be the same way for all of us. We need to go out. We need to have lots of dates. We need to meet a lot of different kinds of women. We need to find out what we like in a woman and what we like in ourselves, right? Like how we best show up in a relationship and how we can best serve the person that we want to date. Maybe we find, like Simon, he doesn't want a girlfriend. He doesn't even want kids. He just wants to hook up pretty much for at least the foreseeable future, right? But we're all doing the same thing to get that result, right? Which is we have to go out, we have to get dates, we have to do approaches, we have to meet women online, we have to do night.
yeah, this is all about numbers. Because the
Yeah.
first mistake I remember I had from a very long time ago is that you usually like think on one girl, maybe your ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
or you meet someone in, I don't know, any place. Your thoughts are like just thinking in one person.
Yeah, one-itis.
So dating life is about numbers. This is very important. You need to have options. You need to have, actually that makes you more attractive.
Yeah.
And
Great point, man.
many
Girls can
other
sense
stuff,
that.
but yes, girls can sense that as well. It's like everything in life. Like you don't want to just have one option. You wanna be like rich enough so you can get or buy something in life, right? You go to a store. I don't have enough money just to buy the very cheap one. No,
Yeah.
no, man. You be yourself enough to actually you can choose whatever you want, right? But it's about numbers, and it's a whole journey. We can. I mean, coaches can teach you the way and they can boost you up, but we all need to struggle with our own demons, I would say.
Yes,
It's
yes.
just it's a solo journey at a point.
It is, yes, definitely.
But it is a way better with someone with you aside.
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more, man. I couldn't agree more. It's a very solo journey. It helps when you have friends that you can do it with. It takes a little bit of the pressure away and the pain, and it makes it a little more fun. Just like you said, you have to face who you are as a person. I guess I'd say you get to face who you are as a person. For me, I have a attachment style that I get. It's actually becoming a lot less. I get the one-itis, so I've really had to work on that, like how to not text her all the time, how to allow space before we see each other again, maybe a week, 2 weeks, a month before we go on another date, and be okay with that and not take it as a personal, oh, she's abandoning me, she doesn't like me, right? So that's one of my personal struggles. I guess, Quitzel, maybe the last question for you today. What would you say your biggest struggle has been in terms of facing who you are as a person?
I don't know. That's a good question. I've struggled with many things, like all the way long. I guess the fear.
Fear, okay.
Every time for me, it's like I always feel maybe less, much less now. But every time you break into someone's lives, or you wanna get to know someone out of nowhere, sometimes I feel like I brave enough, but sometimes I don't feel. So I'm
Okay.
still. This is something me and other people can actually reduce at a almost zero level, but probably not realistic. What you just need to do is face it.
Yes,
That's
just
it.
gotta face it. Yeah.
And that's I think that the hardest things I faced. My fear.
Okay.
My fear, I would say.
All said, brother. I imagine too that once you start doing it, like you face the fear, it's not as scary as it
No, no,
seems.
no. It's not the same. But I don't know. I cannot say a number, but now, like I remember at the very first timings doing this, like I was almost trembling, sweating.
Ah, okay.
Now I just stand up. Sometimes I struggle a little bit. It's not common, but you can feel it in your body as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes you're gonna be in a state where you don't have the fear too, like you're just in
yeah,
the flow.
yeah.
And then
just,
other days you're
which
gonna
is
be like,
super nice.
oh, I kind of want to not do
Yes,
this,
yeah,
right? The key, like you just said, is facing that fear,
Face.
and it's never gonna go away completely, but it'll be less and less,
Yes.
and you will get rewarded for it,
Right.
which is I think something to look forward to. Like you're not. We made a video yesterday. I'll drop it in the link below or in the description below. Like, is it worth it? Is it worth doing all this work? Is it worth putting in the time and the effort? And we find yes, it is. Because you do get dates, you do get to better yourself, you do get more comfortable in yourself and who you are as a person.
Right.
So,
That is key.
yeah, man, I think we touched on some great points today, man. I just want to say thank you for coming on and sharing your experience, dude. This is
No, that's
great to
not
hear.
a problem. You promised me buying me a hamburger, right?
I did,
After
yes.
the podcast.
Oh yeah, I got you, bro. And he helped out with coaching today a bit, so dinner is definitely on me today. And you are going to be officially part of the Mexpat dating coaching. And
Nice. I made it.
he's graduated. And so,
graduated.
guys, just know too, like whether you decide to work with me, Jared, or Quitzel and I both, because we can both help you with cold approach. Let us know on an introductory call, which you can schedule down below. Us two would be happy to help you really level up your mindset and your abilities with cold approach and then online dating too, because what you'll find is that I'm going to share things with you in a certain way, and Quitzel is going to share things with you in a certain way, and sometimes you're not going to resonate with what I say as much as you will with Quitzel. And so that's what's great about having multiple coaches, and with our program we provide obviously support from Jaron, myself, and now Quitzel. Really, you're going to get to hear different perspectives and what could be best for you to adopt into your own coaching. So, we're excited to bring Quitzel on, man. We're excited to have you be a part of the team, brother. And there's so many guys out there, and I'll say this: Quitzel started when I met him. He was struggling with the cold approach, and because he showed that he's going to put in the work and he's going to get the results, and he's going to not give up and learn and be willing to learn. That's why we wanted to bring him on. So, for you guys, if you're new to this, know that at some point you're going to be able to create your own journey. Obviously, this might not be something that you ever want to do in terms of like a career path. However, know that you will get enough experience under your belt where you can teach guys if you wanted to and really be able to create like your own program in a sense. Because
Right.
I mean, we all started from nothing, and now we get to share this information with you. So we're really excited to bring Quitzel on board and introduce him to you guys. Thank you for sharing your story, man. It was great to hear. You
Anytime, we will be sharing our also progress or other stuff that there's too much to talk about.
That's too much. Yeah.
We will
Half hour.
split into different like timings and yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
it's nice to have like a very first introduction.
Good. Good.
Yeah, and I like it. It's a new journey for me.
Cool.
I've never thought on teaching actually, but at some point you get to a level, you're good at something, and you see people struggling with something,
Yeah.
with their love lives, which is very key.
Yes.
It's very important.
Very important. Man.
So if you can help others, I mean, do it.
Yeah.
That's my very first like motivation.
Motivation. Okay.
That's my main motivation. Guys, you're looking at this video, fingers out, and we'll see you.
Yes, absolutely. Schedule a consult down below with us, or you can hit us up on Instagram for some more information. And then, yeah, we hope to work with you guys to help you transform your dating life. So, with that, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you soon. Ciao.